I was asked by one of my friends the other day, who's a much higher LP than me, how do you do replay review? I thought this was an interesting question, considering the elo difference between us two. He's about plat, diamond, and I'm closer to silver, bronze. I'm bronze, basically. And I was sitting here like flabbergasted that he would ask me a question like this, so I thought I would make a video on it. How do I do replay review as a bronze? First things first is for brand new players that don't really know much about League, how you check your match history. You go to replays, you click profile, you go to match history, and then you can find various games that you played recently. My win rate is okay. You know, I play a lot of customs, but in draft pick, I typically do pretty all right for the most part. My KD is typically okay. You can even see some games that I played for videos as well from this. So let's use a game that I didn't play on video. Let's use this Vel'Koz game. Alright, so here we have the replay manager. So this is basically how you relay all of the footage that you have used recently. So to go over a replay is as simple as just watching your gameplay and pointing out your mistakes. This is just the baseline of how to do it. That's a very brief description. So let's go here, for example. So right now I'm leashing my jungler so that way they get a good and a solid leash. I did take some damage for it because the buff was targeting me. So if we just target myself here, which you can do by clicking this little box here and then using directed camera, we'll direct it to myself. So here we have the Zoe and the Vayne, and they're coming down to the lane. I'm first because my teammate wasn't, quite there yet. He got a bounce for that, basic things that MF does. So we're now just in a neutral spot in lane. So one thing that I can do is I'm watching the support. You see what I did there? I'm keeping an eye on the other support. She wards. Obviously, I couldn't see this in real time in the game because she was back here out of vision for me. So basically, I'm keeping an eye on the other support that way to see where they're going so they can't get the jump on us in a bush. Because Zoe, obviously this is the worst side for Zoe to be on. Red side is not her good side. You pretty much only want to play Zoe support on blue side because she has this whole area to just stay out of sight with. She doesn't have that over here. As we can see, the neutral state in lane is, we're doing fine right now. I could have definitely played better. One thing that I can keep in mind is I can look here. The very first poke I ever threw out was a missed poke. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. I missed this, right? So I'm going, oh, okay. Well, I like playing Vel'Koz a lot. What I could have done there was put it at more of an angle, because obviously the movement of this move is fairly slow. It's not the fastest ability. So obviously, someone's going to want to dodge it just a little bit, considering they don't want to take damage either. So I should have expected the Vayne to try and move backwards as that was coming for her. So I should have put it at more of an angle. Those are just little micro things that you can point out in your gameplay to go, okay, I probably need to fix that. I play a lot of Vel'Koz, so obviously I should have been able to hit that there. That was one of my mistakes here in lane. So we end up getting the jump on Vayne fairly early. I was hitting my abilities. Sniper here was hitting his. He gets that E there. I ended up dumping both of my W's thinking that he wasn't going to die. So here's another issue I made here, right? Here's another mistake. Right? Sniper goes up for this E. And I W instantly. I barely tag him, but I want to try and use this W in a way where the second one hits, because it ruptures secondarily. So this is going to rupture after I throw it out. You see that there, how it breaks the ground? So that's pretty huge, right? Well, I get it, so that's fine. No big deal. It's okay. So since we got the kill, it's not huge. I hit my Q there. We get Zoe a little bit later. I was hitting my abilities, doing the basic things I needed to do. She was trying to kill me really bad. She wanted me. I ended up killing her here because she made a terrible mistake. And that's okay. I had to flash for this, which is fine. I think I ended up dying here, though. Yeah, I did. That was okay, though. You know, 1-for-1 trade. We ended up getting 2 kills out of it in the end, so the trade was okay. Now, I can go back over this here. What did I do here? Could I have lived? Basic questions like that. So, obviously, if we speed it up here, I kill Zoe. I flash for it. Where was my first mistake? My first mistake was flashing for this. I should have probably just let her go, knowing that I most likely was going to die there, which is okay. The next mistake I made was I did this with no cooldowns up, so I had no way to get away from Vayne anyway. I should have just sat back. This is typically considered an int. So, since I can click on my character icon here and see, I had 0 ability to get away from Vayne in any way, shape, or form. So that was a mistake that I made. Vayne gets a kill. It's fine. Vayne's just late game scaler. You know, 1 kill isn't going to do that much. Well, that was most definitely not true. Because as you'll see later as we go on in the game, Vayne does start getting some value. It's not a ton of value, but it is something. As you see here, she gets 2 kills. She kills me and Sniper. But for most of the game, she doesn't do that much. You'll see by the end, you know, her KD was okay. 15, 13, and 4. I had 10, 8, and 9. So when it comes down to replay review, the main thing that you want to be doing, especially as a low elo, low LP player, is just focus on stuff like, especially as a support, are you hitting your poke? Are you using it avidly? What engages are you taking? Could you peel somebody there? What can you use better in succession? Like, there's a lot of times in that game where I used my W completely incorrectly, and I should have definitely not used it. Or I should have put it in a different position. So those are basic things that you can fix inside of your normal gameplay when you start to play games in real time in Summoner's Rift and go, well, last time this happened, so let me try something different this time since it might have better results. This is a game of testing. You know, you want to have trial and error in this game. That's really huge. The trial and error is going to help you so much. Let's try and find one of those situations. Here we have a situation where I missed a kill that we could have gotten. So here I am right here. I'm chasing a Seraphine that I'm not getting. So I decide, hey, let me turn focus and head over and get this Evelynn, right? I decided to throw out my W and double take. This take back costed us a kill. The reason why is because she got invisible and started healing before we could get to her. And since she started healing, Zoe came up and slept my boy. Now, Vayne comes up. I have to leave. He dies. I do everything I can to try and peel. It ended up failing. And Vayne runs me down. Simply because I didn't choose to chase Evelynn, we died there. Would have been a 2v1, not a 3v1. This gave Vayne one of her first up and ups of the game, because after this she was able to buy some more items and she was able to get more kills later on, which this was very enabling. Now, she did die a lot, but this double kill here was super pivotal, and I can tell you exactly what I did wrong here as well. We're positioned terribly, very obviously, right? I mean, absolutely awful positioning there. Vayne's here. There's an Evelynn coming. Zoe pings, right? They start ganging up on Cho'Gath. And we're like, oh, okay, well, nothing I can do about that, right? So we back up. I ping a caution ping. Vayne's there. We can't see Evelynn, right? Sniper positions absolutely horridly. We try and gang up on Evelynn, but he gets charmed. I laser, and I end up not killing her because she still has her R, because I wasn't keeping account for her abilities. I end up dying as well. So there's another thing that I did wrong there. I didn't know whether Evelynn had R or not, and I decided to just dump my R, rather than just kind of keeping track of what their abilities were. So that's something else that you need to keep track of. Do they have their abilities? Because obviously Vayne had her role and stuff, so I already knew that it was a possibility I was going to die there because she could run me down. I didn't know whether Evelynn had R, so I decided, hey, I'll dump mine because I think I can kill her. She Rs and gets out of it, and they end up killing me for it. So again, this is all really basic stuff. This replay review is not difficult, but you need to methodically watch through every single point here and every minute of this VOD and figure out what did I do wrong in each of these points that could have possibly helped win us this game. Because as you see here, Vayne did a lot at the end. So we need to, as players in a low LP especially, keep track of what we're doing wrong. Because if we don't do stuff like replay review, if we want to improve, we are never going to improve. Replay review is so huge. So I hope this has helped you out somewhat, and I hope this has helped out my friend. So I'll see you guys in the next one. You'll have a good day. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll be putting out more content soon. Catch y'all in the next one.